The most powerful person in the room isn't always the one who speaks the loudest. Sometimes it's the one who knows exactly when to speak and when to stay silent. Imagine if just a few changes in the way you communicate could earn you more respect, more trust, and more influence, without saying more words. Introduction. Communication isn't about filling every silence with words. It's about understanding people before trying to convince them. In this audiobook, you'll discover timeless psychological principles that quietly shape every conversation, helping you become someone others naturally respect, trust, and listen to, whether in business, relationships, or everyday life. Most people believe that powerful communication begins the moment they open their mouth. But in reality, it begins long before the first word is spoken. The way you enter a room, the way you make eye contact, the way you carry yourself, and even the way you respond to silence tells people a story about who you are. Human beings constantly read signals that words can never express. Before anyone decides whether to believe your ideas, they subconsciously decide whether to believe you. Think about the last time you met someone who immediately earned your respect. Chances are, it wasn't because they were talking non-stop. In fact, they probably spoke less than everyone else. They listened carefully. They didn't interrupt. They didn't rush to prove how intelligent they were. When they finally spoke, every sentence had purpose. Their calmness made people curious. Their confidence didn't need to announce itself. It was visible in their patience. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that talking more creates influence. The opposite is often true. When every thought is spoken out loud, words begin to lose their value. Imagine a person who sends you a message every 5 minutes. At first, you reply immediately, but after a while, the messages become ordinary. Now imagine another person who only speaks when they have something meaningful to say. The moment their message appears, you pay attention. Scarcity creates value, and words are no different. Silence is one of the most misunderstood tools in communication. Many people fear it because they think silence makes them appear weak or awkward. But confident people understand something different. Silence creates space. It gives others time to think. It shows that you are comfortable with yourself. During an important conversation, the person who can remain calm during a few seconds of silence often holds more influence than the person rushing to fill every empty moment with unnecessary words. Have you ever noticed how great leaders answer difficult questions? They rarely respond immediately. They pause. They think. Then they answer slowly and clearly. That small pause communicates confidence. It tells everyone in the room that they value their words enough not to waste them. In contrast, people who answer instantly often speak from emotion rather than wisdom. Powerful communication is not about speaking faster. It is about speaking with intention. Every sentence should have a reason to exist. Every word should move the conversation forward. That is the silent difference between someone who is merely heard and someone who is truly remembered. Most people never realize that communication is far less about speaking and far more about making the other person feel understood. Every human being carries an invisible desire, the desire to be heard, respected, and valued. When someone feels genuinely understood, they naturally begin to trust the person in front of them. This is why the strongest communicators spend more time asking thoughtful questions than delivering impressive answers. They know that influence is not created by dominating a conversation. It is created by making others feel comfortable enough to share their own thoughts. Imagine meeting two different people. The first spends the entire conversation talking about their achievements, their opinions, and their experiences. They rarely pause, and when you try to speak, they quickly redirect the attention back to themselves. The second person is different. They ask about your journey. They remember small details you mentioned earlier. They listen without checking their phone or looking around the room. By the end of the conversation, you feel surprisingly connected to them. Strangely enough, you may not even know much about their life, yet you leave believing they are an excellent communicator. Why? Because people rarely remember those who talk the most. They remember those who made them feel important. There is a powerful psychological principle behind this. People make decisions emotionally first and justify them with logic later. That means your words alone are rarely enough to influence someone. They must first experience the right emotion. Respect opens the door. Trust keeps it open. Only then do your ideas begin to matter. If people feel judged, ignored, or interrupted, they close that door immediately, no matter how intelligent your argument may be. Another habit of exceptional communicators is that they never react instantly to criticism. When someone challenges them, they don't rush to defend themselves. Instead, they remain calm. They ask questions. They try to understand the real reason behind the other person's emotions. Very often, anger is only the surface. Beneath it lies disappointment, fear, frustration, or insecurity. The ability to recognize these hidden emotions is what separates ordinary conversations from life-changing ones. Remember, communication is not a competition to prove who is right. It is an opportunity to build understanding. Every conversation leaves behind either a bridge or a wall. Your words decide which one you build. When you begin listening with genuine curiosity instead of waiting for your turn to speak, something remarkable happens. People stop feeling like they have to defend themselves. They become more open, more honest, and far more willing to consider your perspective. That is where true influence begins, not through louder words, but through deeper understanding. One of the greatest myths about communication is that confidence comes from always knowing what to say. In reality, confidence comes from knowing that you don't have to prove yourself in every conversation. People who constantly seek validation often feel the need to explain every decision, defend every opinion, and win every disagreement. But those who possess quiet confidence understand that not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected, and not every opinion deserves a response. They choose their battles wisely because they understand that peace of mind is often more valuable than being right. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are they don't react emotionally to every comment or criticism. They don't let every negative opinion disturb their focus. Instead, they remain steady. This emotional stability creates a powerful impression. Others begin to see them as reliable, mature, and trustworthy. The ability to stay calm under pressure is one of the strongest forms of communication because emotions are contagious. If you remain composed during a difficult conversation, your calmness often influences the emotional state of everyone around you. Another powerful habit is learning to speak with clarity instead of complexity. Many people believe that using complicated words makes them appear intelligent. The opposite is often true. The world's greatest communicators explain difficult ideas in simple language. Simplicity creates understanding, and understanding creates influence. Whether you're speaking to one person or addressing a large audience, your goal should never be to impress people with your vocabulary. Your goal should be to leave them with an idea they can clearly remember long after the conversation has ended. Body language also plays a silent but critical role. Before anyone hears your words, they notice your posture, your facial expressions, and your eye contact. A relaxed posture communicates confidence. Genuine eye contact communicates honesty. A warm, natural smile communicates openness. These silent signals often carry more weight than the sentences you speak. If your words express confidence, but your body shows nervousness, people are far more likely to believe your body than your voice. True communication happens when your words, emotions, and actions all send the same message. Equally important is the ability to adapt your communication to the person in front of you. Not everyone thinks, feels, or responds in the same way. Some people value logic, while others respond more deeply to emotion. Some appreciate directness, while others prefer a gentle approach. Exceptional communicators don't use the same style with everyone. They observe, they understand, and then they adjust without pretending to be someone else. This flexibility is not manipulation. It is empathy in action. Finally, remember that your reputation is built one conversation at a time. Every interaction leaves an impression. Every promise you keep strengthens trust. Every respectful response builds credibility. Over time, people stop remembering your exact words, but they never forget how you consistently made them feel. And in the end, that is the silent art of influence. It isn't about controlling conversations or overpowering others. It's about becoming the kind of person whose calm presence, thoughtful words, and genuine respect naturally inspire people to listen, trust, and follow. There is another truth that separates influential people from everyone else, and it has nothing to do with having the perfect vocabulary or the loudest voice. It is the ability to make other people feel safe. Think about the conversations that have had the greatest impact on your life. They probably weren't the ones where someone overwhelmed you with facts. They were the moments when someone listened without judging, spoke without arrogance, and responded with genuine understanding. That feeling of emotional safety creates a connection that words alone can never achieve. People naturally lower their defenses when they feel respected. The moment they stop feeling attacked, they become more willing to listen. This is why the most persuasive communicators rarely begin by correcting others. Instead, they begin by understanding them. They ask questions. They acknowledge different perspectives. They make the other person feel seen before trying to be heard. Ironically, the less they try to force agreement, the more likely people are to agree with them. Another powerful habit is learning to control your emotions before attempting to influence someone else's. Imagine trying to calm a storm while standing in the middle of one yourself. It is impossible. If anger controls your words, your message loses its power. If frustration shapes your tone, people stop listening to your ideas and start reacting to your emotions. True influence begins with emotional discipline. The strongest communicators know that every response is a choice, and sometimes the strongest response is a calm silence instead of an immediate reaction. This doesn't mean you should never express disagreement. It simply means that disagreement should come from clarity rather than emotion. You can challenge an idea without attacking the person behind it. In fact, people are far more likely to respect you when you disagree with dignity instead of aggression. Confidence does not need to shout. It speaks with calm certainty, allowing facts and character to carry the weight of the conversation. There is also incredible power in consistency. Trust is never built in a single conversation. It is built through hundreds of small moments where your actions match your words. When people know that you keep your promises, respect their time, and remain honest even when honesty is difficult, your words begin to carry a different kind of weight. Influence is no longer something you seek. It becomes something you naturally possess. Your reputation starts speaking before you do. Perhaps the greatest lesson of all is that communication is not about changing everyone you meet. Some people will misunderstand you, no matter how carefully you speak. Others will disagree, no matter how respectful you are. Accepting this truth is incredibly freeing. Your responsibility is not to control every outcome. Your responsibility is to communicate with honesty, empathy, and self-respect. When you do that consistently, you no longer measure success by whether everyone agrees with you. You measure it by whether your words reflect the person you truly want to become. And that quiet confidence is something no argument, criticism, or misunderstanding can ever take away. The longer you study human behavior, the more you realize that influence is not something you demand. It is something you earn. Every meaningful relationship, every successful partnership, and every respected leader is built on one invisible foundation: trust. And trust is never created through clever words alone. It is built through consistency, honesty, and the quiet confidence of someone whose actions match their promises. People are constantly asking themselves one silent question whenever they interact with you. Can I trust this person? The answer is rarely based on what you say in a single conversation. It is based on the pattern they observe over time. One of the greatest mistakes people make is trying to become more persuasive before becoming more trustworthy. They search for techniques, scripts, and perfect responses, believing that influence is a formula. But the truth is far simpler. Your character is your greatest communication tool. If your words are kind but your actions are selfish, people eventually notice. If your promises are big but your follow-through is small, your credibility slowly disappears. On the other hand, when your actions consistently support your words, you no longer need to convince people of your integrity. They already believe it because they have experienced it. There is another quality that quietly separates remarkable communicators from ordinary ones: humility. Truly influential people do not pretend to know everything. They are comfortable saying, "I don't know." They are willing to admit mistakes, apologize sincerely, and learn from others. Surprisingly, this does not make them appear weak. It makes them appear human. People naturally trust those who are honest about their imperfections more than those who constantly pretend to be perfect. Humility removes the need to protect an image, allowing genuine connection to take its place. As you continue improving your communication Remember that every conversation is also shaping you. The way you respond to criticism strengthens your patience. The way you listen develops your empathy. The way you treat people who cannot offer you anything in return reveals your true character. Communication is not only about influencing others, it is about becoming someone worthy of influence. Years from now, people may forget the exact advice you gave them. They may not remember every story you told or every sentence you spoke, but they will remember how they felt in your presence. They will remember whether you made them feel respected, understood, encouraged, or dismissed. That emotional memory lasts far longer than words ever can. So as you move forward, don't focus on speaking more. Focus on speaking with purpose. Don't chase attention. Earn respect. Don't try to win every conversation. Try to leave every conversation better than you found it. Because the silent art of influence has never been about controlling people. It has always been about inspiring them through your character, your consistency, and your calm confidence. When your words, your actions, and your values become one, you will discover something remarkable. The most powerful communication doesn't force people to listen. It naturally gives them a reason to. As this journey comes to an end, remember one thing. The greatest communicators are not remembered because they spoke the most. They are remembered because their words carried meaning, their silence carried confidence, and their presence made people feel respected. From today, stop trying to impress everyone. Instead, focus on understanding them. Listen more carefully. Speak more intentionally. Think before you react. And never underestimate the power of a calm mind and a patient heart. Every conversation is an opportunity, not to prove your intelligence, but to strengthen trust, build respect, and leave someone better than you found them. Real influence is never loud. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't force agreement. It grows quietly through honesty, consistency, empathy, and self-control. The person who can remain calm in chaos, respectful during disagreement, and thoughtful before speaking will always stand out in a world where everyone is competing to be heard. Remember, your words are like seeds. Every sentence you speak is planted in someone else's mind. Some seeds disappear within minutes, while others grow into trust, inspiration, and lifelong memories. The choice is yours. Speak words that encourage rather than discourage, build rather than destroy, unite rather than divide. Because long after people forget your achievements, they will remember how you made them feel. The silent art of influence isn't a trick, a shortcut, or a secret formula. It is a lifelong practice. Every day gives you another chance to become a better listener, a wiser speaker, and a stronger leader. Small improvements made consistently will eventually transform the way the world responds to you. So, the next time you walk into a meeting, sit with your family, speak to a friend, or face a difficult conversation, don't ask yourself, how can I sound more impressive? Instead, ask, how can I make this person feel understood? That single question has the power to transform every relationship in your life. And finally, never forget this timeless truth. The loudest voice may capture attention for a moment, but the calmest, wisest, and most genuine voice earns respect for a lifetime. Master your words. Master your emotions. Master your character. And without ever chasing influence, influence will begin to follow you.